Hello, friends. So today I want to talk to you about what's happening recently, has been happening, and what we can expect. A friend of ours had a very interesting dream, and it kind of reminded me of all the things we heard before about it. So there's a lot of interesting things that may happen in April, probably of this year, into May, and I think we as Christians need to be prepared for no matter what happens. And first of all, I want to tell you that remember how I said January was a month for fasting. We had a Daniel's fast with our community. February, we had a day, every day with God. It was like a challenge you have to spend every day with God. In March this month, we have heard some bad news. My mom got diagnosed with, like, she has a mass in her neck, and the doctor thinks it's cancerous and it's really badly spreading. He's telling my mom to remove it and have like a tube installed in her throat, so she, because it's in her neck, so she can't like barely, she get like hard to breathe. So he said he has to install a tube, and to make her the rest of her life she'll have it. She won't be able to eat or drink, or everything will go through her tube, and she won't be able to talk. When my mom heard this, she said, "No way! I want to live the rest of my life without a tube. I want to go. I do not want to do the surgery." Because they tried different ways, like, well, what if we have the mass removed without this tube? But the doctors would not do it. They said it's too dangerous. It's like around her, is it her trachea or whichever? And so they're telling her, nope, there's no way. It has to be done only this way. So she went home on hospice, and she believes that God will heal her. He will be her only physician. He will be her surgeon. He will be the one to have her live her life, to be able to still talk and be able to still eat normal food, and instead of being on a tube, and you won't be able to do those things. Talking is very important to her because she's a prayer woman. She wants to pray. And she's like, even if I whisper, I'm still praying. I do not want to have a tube in my throat, and I won't be able even to whisper. So, yeah, so this was why March was pretty crazy for us. It's only March 16th, but it's already has been very emotionally, morally, physically exhausting. And we did went to see her. We kind of whole family went in. It was spring break, so we all took the kids and everybody went in, and kind of spent time with her, uplifted her emotionally, helped her as much as we could, and it just I guess it's really sad when you see your loved ones going through things like this, and it just makes you realize that life is very precious. It's a gift from God, and we should spend every day, every moment praising Him, living for Him alone, because only He can make us full, make us whole again. Even if we're sick, even if we have any kind of masses or tumors or anything in our bodies, and if the doctor says anything that may affect your health and something scary, He is the one we should go to first. So there's always a chance, there's always hope that God will be our healer in the times to come. There will be possibly be in our future when we won't be able to go to a hospital, when we won't be able to go to a clinic or see a doctor. There may be a time when the only solution will be to pray to God. So this is why a lot of people are getting prepared. They're getting First of all, they're eating healthier. They're trying to eat vitamins, nutrients, all kinds of things. They're trying to limit all the chemicals in foods that we eat these days. Just be very conscious about what you're eating and how you're spending your life. We need to make sure we're not stressed out. Make sure we're not constantly reading about the news and what's happening. We have to be filled with God, and then He fills us with His peace, His shalom, and this is how we should be. So, as we were so I just want to tell you how we were in my mom's house, and there was a dream. A dream was given to us. A dream about like he saw that there was people inside a big building, and they were preparing for something. They were waiting for someone. And as they were waiting, they saw, like everybody looked around and said, "Oh, they're coming! They're coming! Get ready! Get ready!" And everybody got like in a some kind of like a stance, some kind of you know how at war you have to get in a position of fighting, and that's how they all got. And one man had he took out a big shield, and he had a shield in front of him. It was like a very special shield. The rest were behind him. And as they stood there in that big building, it was like a long hallway. They saw the door open, and the angel of death came in. And the angel of death he had like people, he saw like it was like people behind him. They were all in grayed tones, so you couldn't really see them, but you could see that they're like people, but almost like servants of the devil. He knew that they were from doing their deeds for him, and as they faced each other, they knew, both of them, the good guys and the bad ones. They knew both. They knew the power of each group, and they knew what was allowed, and they knew that they were there for a reason. So when they were standing facing each other, the man with the shield said, "You will not pass through here. Turn around and go." And because we are standing, we're guarding this place. We're guards. And the angel of death looked mad, but he knew that they had the right to say that, and they had the strength to make their promise. So they, like some people, you can't say things to if you do not have the power, but if you have the power, you can say those things. So they looked at each other. They understood that they won't be able to cross, so they turned around and left. So what the meaning of this dream is, there will be an angel of death coming to this earth, probably in the near future. Nobody really knows when, but he will not be able to pass those houses, those churches, those places where there's a guard of God. Oh, excuse me. So, which means, who are those guards? Those are guards from God who are just true, real people, any people. They are people of God who pray, who lead a clean, holy life, and they know that they are guards. So, since they do know, but if I have a neighbor down the street, I probably will not know if he's a guard of God, but if I am a guard of God, I will know. And usually how you know is like when you pray, you have a God's way of knowing things that are coming, and God tells you what to do, what to pray for. He kind of leads you into prayer. He tells you, pray for this, pray for this, pray against this evil, pray for your city, pray for your church. So there could be a lot of people in your church, you never know, but those are true people of God. So the dream meaning is, if you have guards at your church, in your house, you can even have in your house, the angel of death will not be able to pass through. And this reminded me of my dream that I had last year. I think it was in September, October. I had a dream. Well, actually, I had like a voice telling me in my dream. I had a voice stating, he said, apply blood to your home during Passover, and the spirit of death will pass you by. Well, I don't think he said that Passover. He just said, apply blood to your doors so the spirit of death will pass you by. Yes. The only thing why I was thinking Passover, because I remember the story in Exodus chapter 12 where it said, remember how God was leading the people of Israel from Egypt, and he told them to mark their doors with blood of the lamb, so the spirit of the destruction spirit, that spirit of death, will not do anything. They will not destroy those firstborns like they did in Egypt. So that's why I was thinking of Passover, because I was like, whoa, I had this dream in September, and I was like, whoa, I wonder why, if it means Passover. But because only in Passover they mark their doors, their houses with blood of the lamb. Of course, it portrays to Jesus, his blood. He is our Passover. He is the one who we can apply his blood to our homes, to our doorposts, to our hearts, to our families. It's all done spiritually, in prayer, in by our words. We can say it, proclaim it. By reading the Bible, we are marking the blood of Jesus on our household. So that's like one of the protections you can do in this time that we live in. And so the angel of death will pass you by. So a lot of people, as I was like looking through the internet and talking to other people, a lot of people have said that they are worried that this April, March, May bring something very unusual to our state, to our lives in here in America and other places too, in Europe and anywhere. It's going to be very some kind of upheaval will be coming up. So nobody really can tell because we can't predict anything, but most likely we are all a lot of people are stating this because on April 8th will be the big eclipse here in America, and I'm sure you guys have seen that, how it looks. Let me show you. So as you see here, it's like the solar eclipse was in 2017, and now we're having 2024. They say it's like, how many years have passed? 7 years. So it's going to happen on April 8th, and it will like put a cross over America. So a lot of people are thinking it could lead to something. It could be some kind of meaning in it. What could it mean? We're not sure, but we all know that in the Bible it says God does his signs and he does his in the skies. So a lot of things that are happening in the skies are a sign of God. So you never know. It may be showing us something that we'll need to know. And so April 8th is a first day of Nisan. Nisan, which is the first month of the Jewish calendar, the first day. And I think like 14 days after will be the Passover. So yeah, very interesting how everything kind of comes together. A little hint from about the Passover. It's in Hebrew. It means Pesach. It means skipping or passing over, and it points, of course, to Messiah, Jesus, Yeshua. He is our Passover, and this is why when we put the blood of Jesus on our homes, the angel of death will skip over or pass us over. And like I said, I had this dream back in September that we need to do that. And I feel it's important. And since it does kind of point to Passover, it may be something that may happen in Passover. I know a lot of people are celebrating Easter, the end of this month in March. We do not celebrate Easter. It's to us it's a pagan holiday. We celebrate Passover, which is later in April. Easter to us is pagan because it mostly pertains to eggs and spring festival. It's like more like things that people have. They do money out of it. They do, and so basically it's a rabbit. It is eggs that they color, and I don't know what rabbit has to do with eggs, but it does. That's what their people are happy celebrating. I know in Russia and Ukraine they celebrate with the special bread that's like a long bread with frosting on top, and of course the children run around looking for eggs. I know a lot of my Christian friends celebrate it because they feel like it pertains to Jesus' resurrection. But if Jesus died on Passover, he would be resurrection 3 days after, not on Easter, 3 days after Passover. So, and if Passover this year is in April, then Easter doesn't even come close. So yeah, so to me, Easter is basically a pagan holiday, but Passover it's something that Jesus have celebrated too with his disciples. He has had wine and he broke bread, and Passover is blood of Jesus, so passing over. So this is why we do celebrate it. Everything shows to him. So this is it. Let me know what you think. What do you think about angel of death coming over? Possibly here in America, possibly all over the world. We have no clue. But just knowing that a lot of people as Christians, as believers, who are very strong in the Lord, they can turn death around. They can tell it, go, you're not welcome here. Turn around and go. And they will be guards of their houses, of their households. And they can, if there's even the churches, a lot of people can withstand. The only sad part is if the church is not fully with God, they're more like just a kind of very church that has a lot of worldly things that they pertain to, like a lot of entertainment, a lot of fun activities, a lot of things to bring people together. It may be good, but there's no prayers. There's no strong people for God. And then it's really sad because a lot of people may die. So hopefully nothing will happen. Hopefully we'll all be well and live good to our old lives. And pray for my mom, of course. Blessings to you. May God keep your family safe and your loved ones safe and healthy and strong. God bless you.